Gets behind his opponent and gets a 2-point takedown to lead by 9-7.
So Gustizia at one point led 6-2 in this bout, has recaptured the lead 9-7. Rather, Gustizia was ahead, and Reese has recaptured the lead by a score of 9-7, and now threatens to totally wipe out the riding time.
Escape and a takedown by Gustizio, and this is really a barn burner. 10-9 is the score. Time advantage rests with the man on top. He now has 1 minute and 16 seconds time advantage with 45 seconds remaining. Coach Gray Simon telling him, keep that arm trap, maintain control. You notice he has the arm, the right arm of Don Reese, and effectively is keeping him contained with that combination.
Near the edge of the mat with only 20 seconds. They go off the mat with 20 seconds. Gustizia has a 1-point lead, 10-9. He has riding time assured, so he has effectively a 2-point lead at this moment. So it will take a reversal here by Don Reese if he is to come back.
Coach Roger Sanders of Bloomsburg telling him, go for 2 or 3.
He gets one, but that will not be enough.
He needs
a takedown.
Well, he really stepped in.
Gets it.
He stepped in and tried a lateral, but he wasn't set for it, and he ended up on his back. But it's better than standing around not giving it a shot. I think it was an excellent bout here. Final score being, with 2 back points there at the end, 15-10. But those last 4 points really weren't indicative of the action we had in that bout.
Fine bout, and the champion at 126 pounds in the Billy Sheridan Invitational Wrestling Tournament, Mike Gustizia of Tennessee, by a 15-10 score over Don Reese of Bloomsburg. We prepare now to wrestle at 134 pounds. Mike Bauer, who is third in the Pac-10, hails from Kent, Washington, representing Oregon State. And on your screen is Darrell Burley, the NCAA champion for Lehigh University, sophomore from Pemberton, New Jersey. First both in the Nationals and the Easterns. This is for the...
From Kent, Washington. Somebody from the Pacific Ocean side of the United States and another one from the Atlantic Ocean, New Jersey and Washington. Bauer in on a single immediately. And Burley counters, breaks combination. Burley of Lehigh, defending NCAA championship, won last year. Nothing yet. No takedown yet. Burley breaks free again. In the semifinal bout today, several times Burley almost got taken down, but managed to get away just in that sequence that he did there. Referee for this bout, Mark Piven, former Penn State wrestler, now living up in Long Island.
1 minute to wrestle, first period, no score. Darrell Burley of Lehigh and Mike Bauer of Oregon State. The championship round at 134.
Oregon State, of course, coached by Dale Thomas, former national champ, has a 2-point takedown. Goes to Bauer. He's leading Lehigh's national champ with 40 seconds to go in the first period. Dale Thomas, a member of that famous Cornell College of Iowa team of 1947-48, in which they swept the country with national championships and great wrestlers. Oregon State out of Corvallis, Oregon. Lehigh coached by Thad Turner.
15 seconds.
NCAA Coach of the Year. Middle. If you see a girl approaching the referee, you know the period is concluding. She's going to make sure he hears the buzzer and stops the bout.
Period concludes at the end of the first period at 134 here in the Sheridan Invitational Tournament.
Green takes top. You're down.
Bauer of Oregon State leads
Second
Burley of
period,
Lehigh 2-1. Advantage,
Okay,
riding time not significant at the moment, 12 seconds to Bauer, which should be quickly erased here in the opening moments of the second period.
The Mat girls, some people would wonder what the necessity of their, or what their duties are. Basically, the other Burley's now has a man towards his back, so he's definitely getting back points in this combination. He gets a 3-point near fall. Now leads 5-1, excuse me, 4-2. Lehigh. Burley hurt his hip. Got a Charlie horse.
Momentary timeout with 2:24 remaining.
I'll explain in the purpose of the mat girls that since there's buzzers going off on the mats on either side of the center mat, the referee could possibly get confused in hearing a buzzer going off on either side, and to condition his set so that he doesn't make the error and stop the bout when it shouldn't be stopped, the girls approach him and as a signal that the bout's about to conclude. So they're attractive, so they're not a distraction by any means.
Some instructions from the coach to Mike Bauer on how to wrestle a national champion. And tain't easy. The bottom line of that. 4-2 lead for Darrell Burley. And Burley now working up 40 seconds riding time. 2 minutes to wrestle in the second period. Lehigh captured a title at 118 with Rich Santoro winning, and Tennessee took the championship at 126, and we are now at 134.
Burley now has a minute's time advantage and a 2-point lead, 4-2, maintaining top position, and gives the escape. 4-4-3 now. Bauer in, nice and deep on Burley. Burley countered.
Minute and a half remaining in the second period. Burley has a minute and 8 riding time and leads 4-3.
My time.
Timeout.
You will also notice the wrestlers wear ankle bands, wearing the green, and that corresponds with the red and green scoring on the scoreboard. That's what the ankle bands are on the left ankle of each wrestler. Actually, the right of Burley and the left of his opponent.
Bauer giving Burley a test here, shooting nose to nose and not showing any concern over Burley's national title, just like Burley did last year as a freshman when he wrestled Lander Lewis from Iowa and Iowa State.
Off the mat they go with 46 seconds remaining in the second.
It was a great bout this afternoon in the semifinals between North Carolina's great wrestler from Council Rock, C.D. Mock, and Bauer. They went at it, and there was an exchange of takedowns and reversals right at the bell, and Burley gets taken down again and now trails 5-4. Bauer beating Mock 12-11 with a last-second takedown in a bout that was really nip and tuck all the way through. Now he's leading Lehigh's national champion, Darrell Burley. So if he can beat Mock, who was third in the Nationals last year, he's having himself a great start as a junior out of Kent, Washington.
Time running out. Second period concludes, and it's a 5-4 lead for Mike Bauer.
And Burley isn't in command as he has been all year, and I think his first 2 dual meets, he wrapped up 50 points on the board with the takedown lessons. But so far, he's been taken down twice.
Burley gets out, about tied at 5. Riding time not significant. Burley has 27 seconds. And I would imagine the takedown here, Larry, will determine this bout, and going in on the left leg again.
Bauer has 2 of the takedowns, and he's in on that leg again. Burley's going for his famous trap, his famous leg trip, which we wait, and he just powers his opponent to his back and picked up a 2-point takedown and a 3-point near fall in a lightning fast move. But Bauer's not going to sit around. He's going to reverse Burley. Score now 10-7.
2 minutes remaining. A 10-7 lead in what's been a marvelous bout at 134.
11-7.
11-7. And now Bauer will not only need the takedown, he'll have to make some additional points on it with 1:45 remaining.
Well, he's in on that leg again, which he's been on all night, and almost controls it. Darrell built a beautiful counter move.
And Burley did manage to bring him down, but off the mat. So a Silky Sullivan finish coming up here by Darrell Burley to at least turn this bout around, but a lot can happen in this minute and a half. Mike Bauer has shown some superb wrestling, has far and away been the toughest opponent that Darrell Burley has wrestled in this young season.
Well, he's going to have a lot of people who, like he was as a freshman, are going to just shoot at him and have really no concern for his title. Burley from Pemberton, New Jersey. In on a single, countered again by Bauer.
Keep wrestling.
Mark Piven yelled, "Keep wrestling," because there was a buzzer in the background, but that relates to the bouts on the other mats.
Burley gaining.
Now Burley gains 2, leads 13-7. Riding time probably will not be a factor, although Burley, working on up toward a minute, has taken over control of this bout in the closing moments after he was given a real battle.
And he just gave everybody a heart attack by rolling towards his back.
Half a minute.
Burley now has a minute time advantage. But
remain calm, Lawrence.
now he's bringing him towards his back.
Nothing. No points.
I remember when the wrestlers were falling toward their back in that Olympic bout, and points were getting awarded all over the place. Everybody was not only stunned but unhappy.
10 seconds to go.
Time running out. Burley now
Keep wrestling.
in
Piven
control.
says no near fall, and Burley should win 14-7.
And
But
with
in a great battle.
great battle, and both wrestlers 34 by a. We hope that you're enjoying it, and now let's return once again to Larry.
Step in and shake. Let me get this way, gentlemen. Good luck.
I want to check to see if I had that right about the McCollum brothers. They went to Shikellamy High School, but their hometown is Sunbury. Bold, a freshman, was a Pennsylvania interscholastic champion, PIAA champion. McCollum, information that I know of, did not wrestle last year. He redshirted. He's a junior from Sunbury. Representing the Husky from Bloomsburg. 2 Pennsylvania boys out there. Bloomsburg coached by Roger Sanders. Lehigh by Thad Turner. Bold ducking under.
Nothing.
No takedown. The referee for this bout is Wayne
My time.
Bright.
Injury.
Collegiate wrestling, you have a total of 3 minutes in the injury clock. Bold trying to bring his opponent to the mat. Does. Picks up a 2-point takedown and definitely will pick. He has 5. That's a 3-point near fall. Immediately puts McCollum towards his back. And with 50 seconds to go, Tommy Bold, Lehigh's freshman, has Alan McCollum in bad position in this first period. Bold from Bethlehem Catholic High. .25 seconds remaining. He's at McCollum will break free, but Bold will definitely pick up 3-point. Neutral position. It's 5-1. 2 points on the takedown, 3 points in the near fall, and 1 point on the escape.
You're out of bounds. You're neutral. Stay back. Period.
Bold will take top.
Green takes up.
9 seconds of the first period on a move similar to what you just saw against McCollum. trapped him, dropped him, and pinned him in 1 minute and 59 seconds. Caballero, of course, nationally ranked wrestler from Oregon State. Bold was seated 4th, and McCollum seated 3rd. So you have McCollum pinned the number 2 seeded man, Bill Walsh, in the semifinals this afternoon. Bold beat the number 1 man. They have 3 and 4 out there. Bold of Lehigh having 1 minute and 20 seconds time advantage and a 4-point lead, 5-1.
On deck, mat 1, Muncie, Clemson, Dolly, North Carolina, on deck.
Bold maintaining control. Tight waist. Referee Wayne Bright checking, watching. Wayne Bright does most of his officiating in the ACC conference. He lives in Annapolis, Maryland.
Top man, you're stalling. Top stall.
And at the bottom.
Too fast on bottom.
Caution. Caution to the... It's not parallel. You must be perpendicular because that's the force that you can gain your takedown attempts on, or your counters on. Not much you can do from a parallel position. So the referees interpret that when you stay parallel, you're stalling, or at least you're in a stalling position. So if you get perpendicular, or at least out at an angle from the body, you're less likely to get called for stalling.
Tommy Bold is out in front by a score of 5-1 with 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining in the second period. Bold has nearly 2.5 minutes of riding time also on top of that 4-point bulge.
That's 2 reversal. 2 reversal. Reversal.
2-point reversal for McCollum. Score now 5-3. Minute to go, second period. Bold trying to come around. Gains an escape.
Neutral. Neutral.
Goes in on the legs. Picks up a single. Near the edge of the mat. Drops his opponent and keeps his toes inside and gains a... Bold sitting back in that same position that he did before. McCollum grabbed the leg and reversed him. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Bold now has 2.5 minutes time advantage. Now there he's parallel to his opponent again. Trying to drive him over. Tight waisted him.
Time running out in the second period. Period concludes, and it's a lead of 8-3.
We've got 3,000, and I think that's great.
Okay, ready to wrestle here again in the third and final period, an 8-3 lead as the injury clock ticked off some time against Al McCollum of Bloomsburg. And Tommy Bold will try to work himself free.
Neutral. 1. Neutral.
And gets
neutral.
the point, leading now 9-3 with 2:43 riding time.
They're both in a perfect lateral drop position. It just depends on who wants to shoot it. It's almost a 50. See, 1 under and 1 over. It's a whoever wants to waltz and go under. McCollum is trying it, but they're near the edge of the mat.
Back. We're neutral.
Inside the 10-foot circle is McCollum on your right. Bold, Lehigh with primarily striped uniform.
2 minutes remaining in the third and final period. 9-3 lead. Tommy Bold out in front of Alan McCollum. Lehigh has already captured titles at 118 and 134 with Rich Santoro and Darrell Burley winning. And the University of Tennessee victorious at 126.
Bold has a guaranteed 1 minute time advantage now. And 9-3 lead on the board as McCollum is trying to get a leg trip and some throw combination from the feet. Bold in on a single. Dropping his opponent. Picking up a 2-point takedown, now leading 11-3. Tommy Bold, a freshman from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania State champion last year, representing the brown and white of Lehigh.
Out of bounds, out of bounds.
1:10 remains.
Control is Bold's on top. Now has over 3 minutes time advantage.
And on his way to, of course, in tournament, I guess there are points awarded for superiors and majors, and they're not, Larry.
Yeah, you get a half a point for a major, 3/4 of a point for a superior, and a 1 point for a pin. Of course, it makes the scoring difficult to add the totals when you get half points and quarter points and 3/4 points rather. Lee Barthold makes it a habit after every Nationals or every Eastern. Reversal comes to a column, but with 15 seconds to go and an 11-5 lead, he's got 7 points to make up in 7 seconds, and Bold breaks out front, gains an escape.
Neutral.
Now has a 12-5 lead. With time will be 13-5. As Bold stepping over at the buzzer, putting
Time.
Chalk up one more for Tommy Bold, and there you did.
Pascal Perry.
150 pounds class. Gib Johnson is from Kingsville, Maryland, representing Bloomsburg. And Denny Reed from Enola, Pennsylvania, representing Lehigh, was 5th in the Easterns last year. And Johnson
was 4th in the Eastern Wrestling League.
I'm glad you said that, Larry. I was not going to hazard a guess at what EWL meant. What is the Eastern Wrestling? I guess that's the conference.
It's a lot of the it's a combination of the conference and other schools in the Pennsylvania area, Penn State. A lot of leagues have formed in the last several years, and you really need a program to keep up with them because of the changing of the Division I, 1AA, Division II. We witnessed it right here in the Eastern Intercollegiate, the EIWA, which for years was...
Both off, both off.
Well, for years it was around.
Attraction of football, big-time football. Penn State dropped out.
Pittsburgh
dropped out as Reed went for a takedown. He almost gave the 2 points to Bloomsburg's wrestler, and he did. And Bloom immediately slams a cradle in there. Johnson ahead by 2 with 43 seconds remaining.
Off the mat.
You're talking before the match that the Easterns...
Rutgers. Basically, the big state schools are getting out and going out of the ECAC for financial reasons.
It's interesting because you talk, I noticed that you carefully avoided not saying going into the big time. And
at some of the big schools that suffer if a primary football program wants to do what it wants to do. And in the instance, as Penn State football fortunes rose along with Pittsburgh and Rutgers, other programs, as they refer to them as minority programs, have suffered. Minority with respect to the sport.
It's really too bad because a team really ought to be competitive in the league no matter what the sport is. And it would seem that if you ought to stay in with the toughest competition that you can, and that's as admirable as it is that in all school have a season of 10-10 if necessary against a tough league, then go 17-0 against some patsies.
Go down.
Which has happened.
Competing against the state institutions.
Still a 2-0 lead for Gib Johnson. He has some riding time of about a half a minute over Denny Reed. Lehigh, successful championships in 3 of the first 4 bouts here in the championship.
Reed was seated second.
Sit there, ready Lehigh on top.
But Johnson is the real surprise from Bloomsburg. He was seated 5th. Actually, wasn't seated 5th. What they did, they seated the first 4. Lehigh's wrestler's up way too high. He's going to get lose control of the situation. It does. Dennis Reed was up high, trying to slip in a 4, but Johnson ducked, and that put the center of gravity beyond the center, and escape goes to Johnson. Johnson, they'd seeded the first 4. In this particular weight class, Thompson of Tennessee was 1, Reed of Lehigh 2, Schwartz of Oregon State was 3, and Joe Galley of North Carolina was 4. And out of the hat came Gibbs Johnson. He wrestled the 4th seed, who happened to be Joe Galley. Now, usually in an 8 bracket, they say 4 wrestles 5, but they didn't seed 5. It just automatically fell that way.
Denny Reed trailing 3-0.
Let's put it this way. Johnson is the only unseeded wrestler in the finals. That makes it easy. Even I can understand that now.
You don't understand it. We're in trouble, man.
3-0 lead. Gibbs Johnson. Bloomsburg.
Time, hold it. You keep back.
To Gibb Johnson.
Denny underneath.
Hold it.
Lehigh coached by Turner. Thad Turner, I've said before. Bloomsburg by Roger Sanders. Referee, Pascal Perry. Johnson in. Drops his opponent, now leads by 5-0. Johnson, the real surprise of the tournament. As I said, unseeded and now leading in the finals 5-0. His early season record prior to coming in was 6 of New England twang that I hear on occasion. Would you believe Pascal's from Long Island?
Yes, I would, because he told me he was
trying to roll, but countered nicely by Gibbs, and Gibbs gives 1 an escape.
The reason I know that he's from Rhode Island is 1, I can tell by his voice, and 2, he told me that last year he was supposed to referee a tournament and driving here from Rhode Island, never got here. From Long Island. Long Island.
Right. 30 seconds remaining in the second period.
He also is a favorite poster boy on the NCAA wrestling posters that were issued at the U.S. Army Reserve. There was Pascal in his terrific pose, very photogenic. I think Pascal ordered a few 100,000 of those to distribute to his fans.
He did.
Which are legion. Second period.
13 seconds in the period.
Thank you, Pascal. 5-1 lead for Gibb Johnson over Denny Reed. Time running out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The score is.
Referee.
So Denny is going to have to work some magic here to get back in this. Not only will have to escape, will have to turn a reversal and gain some advantage if he's to get back in. He's trailing 5-1, and riding time also disappearing.
Yes, in the weight division, there's 10 weight classes here, and 150 being the center, 5th of 10. We're at Stabler Center in Bethlehem, PA. Lehigh University's new, I could say field house. Some people rather, I don't. But to describe it for the viewing audience, it's 6,000 seating capacity.
Great job, great job.
Restraint still put in there by Johnson. And an escape goes to Lehigh's Reed. It's now 5-2.
Reed will have to get aggressive here now if he's going to get back in. He has 2 minutes in which to do it. Must affect the takedown and turn some additional points if he is to get back, because riding time also belongs.
Hold it. Man is stalling. 1 point.
And you'll recall that's the second, because Johnson was 1 for backing away earlier.
Well, Denny is getting aggressive, and sometimes he's got a whole minute and 3/4, and he's only behind by 2 plus time. Sometimes he stretches when he gets a grip or tries to get an effective takedown. He shoots it too prematurely and loses it. Johnson countering.
Minute and 28 seconds remaining in the third period. 5-3.
Reed spinning around, picking up a beautiful two-point takedown.
Reed now has an opportunity to work off those riding time points, but he'll have to maintain control. And he has come back remarkably, trailing 5-1 at one point. He's even the bout.
Stalemate.
And gained what he was looking
Reed
for.
cannot afford to give up an escape here, and he knows it. Under a minute. Trying to bring his man down to the mat again. And they're gonna, well, they're about to waltz off, and that's it. That escape.
And Johnson goes right in, picks up a two-point takedown. With 37 seconds, and now the score 8-5.
Off the mat.
Gibbs Johnson shooting right back. He's locking his hands.
Time. Hold it. Hold it. Locking of hands. 1
I
point
thought
here.
so. I could see that myself.
Well, even the takedown
Ready?
isn't going to help. I think he might lose by a point
Well,
here.
if he does it within 7 seconds,
If he does
a
it within
reversal,
7
he'll erase the
seconds.
time advantage.
Let's see. Final 30 seconds. Reed gets the escape, but now must have the takedown. And they waltz off the mat. Actually,
Okay.
you couldn't
8-7.
call Johnson for that because Reed just kind of shuffled him
Johnson
over.
has a guaranteed time advantage, so now let's call it 9-7. So Lehigh's Reed needs a takedown.
Off the mat.
And there you see there's 14 seconds remaining. Reed having to, in desperation, shoot. Going for a headlock with 8 seconds to go. But the reversal as Gibbs slips up the back door and picks up the takedown. To wrap it up, 11-7.
8-5.
Fine match.
Give me your anklets, please.
11-7 is the final score with a riding from Sunbury, Pennsylvania. We're at 158 now. Bucky McCullum of Bloomsburg and Jan Michaels of North Carolina.
The second of two McCollum brothers to come out here. Michaels from Mount Vernon, New Jersey, picking up a two-point takedown. Behind us, Shell, several crowd here from the Bloomsburg area rooting for Bucky.
Oh, take your position.
Also known as Bart McCollum. He gaining a reversal, now ties the score at 2-2. Michaels is a freshman from Mount Vernon, New Jersey, whereas McCollum, a junior from Sunbury, PA, wrestled at Shikellamy High School. Bloomsburg, coached by Roger Sanders.
Right to the center.
Record so far this year, 6-3. Michaels 7-3.
Yeah, I understand there's going to be 2 bouts.
1:05 remaining in the first period. Referee for this bout, Dick Santoro.
Other way.
150 pounds.
Just check the cards. Somebody check it. They're going to decision
40 seconds remaining. Beautiful lateral down. 2 points plus and a fall. Quick fall. Both shoulders down. And McCollum in a quick move. Lateral drops. Michaels, both shoulders were flat.
The first annual Billy Sheridan Invitational Wrestling Tournament here at Stabler Athletic and Convocation Center on the campus of Lehigh. Bill Cramp is the official, And we'll return you now to the voice of Lehigh University Wrestling, Larry Sheridan.
Mario, first last year in the Atlantic Conference Championship. Miles, first and the Pac-10 champion. So you have two conference champions. Atlantic Coast Conference versus in the Pacific Conference, Pac-10. Miles, a junior from Pasco, Washington. Mario from North Carolina. Senior from Milford, Connecticut. On your left is Fred Miles. Striped uniform belongs to North Carolina, University of North Carolina out of Chapel Hill. Oregon State.
Take it inside.
Coach.
Got a jock.
Well, what he's referring to, Shell, is a regulation that the tights, or the shorts, whatever you want to call them, must be at least 4 inches in length along the mid-thigh range in the crotch area. And the question came, is it long enough to prevent any exposure?
Take some shots.
And
Take some shots.
Evidently, the referee satisfied.
Let's take some shots. Take some shots.
That the uniform being worn by Fred Miles of Oregon is within the minimum cut. 20 seconds remaining in the first period.
Let's take some shots.
And no takedown yet. And he brings his man to the mat. Gets a 2-point takedown. And I don't believe there was any near fall. No, there was not. Miles.
As of right now, Lehigh University is out in front in the tournament. Had 118 going in and have captured 3 titles already, so the engineers have all but sewn it. Bloomsburg was second going into the championship finals. Oregon State third, North Carolina fourth. North Carolina's Carter Mario, wearing the green ankle band, trailing by a score of 2-0.
There's 2, reversal.
That reversal for Miles. Now leads by 4. And a 2-point takedown.
Inside.
Excuse me. He's had the Florida. Comes up here to the cold north just to referee. In the Fort Lauderdale area. .205 remaining in the second period. Control belongs to the Beaver, Oregon State, Fred Miles. A junior from Pasco, Washington. Oregon State in Corvallis, Oregon. Dale Thomas, the coach of Oregon State. Figure 4 put in there, and the rise may be called for a potentially dangerous, but if he shrugs them off slowly, it won't be.
2.
Reversal by Carter Mario. He now trails by 2.
Let's work.
4-2. Relative height difference is considerable in this bout. Miles, being about 6 inches taller, gains a reversal. Now leads 6-2.
Miles was 8-3 going into this bout in the season, going into the tournament.
On deck, at 3, O'Hanlon, Kaiser, on deck.
Bill Lamb, coach of the University of North Carolina out of Chapel Hill.
Let's work.
Fight him, son, fight him.
Tar Heels of the University of North Carolina.
Keep wrestling, keep wrestling.
21 seconds remaining, second period, a 6-2 lead for Miles of Oregon State. Time running down, 5 seconds remaining.
On. Lay it on the belly, lay it on.
Miles brings his wrestler back, keeping him off balance, using the leg elevator on the outside. Action you hear from time to time is on the mats to either side of the center match, which you're viewing on television. Consolation bouts are in progress. Although there are only 8 teams in this 3-session tournament, they are giving technically 8 places. They're having wrestle-offs for 3rd, the loser being 4th. They're for 5th, the loser getting 6th, and for 7th, the loser getting 8th.
You're out of bounds. You're still down.
Off the mat they go with 2:06 remaining in the third period. It's a 6-2 lead for Fred Miles of Colin Kilrain of Lehigh and Ben Hill of Tennessee. Then we'll see Noah Loban of Clemson and Mike Brown of Lehigh
I want to
at
check,
190.
I want to check on the hometown of Noah Loban.
Watch his throat.
I asked his coach, of course, is none other than the great Wade Chalice.
Watch his throat now,
He
Dave.
told me London, England, and I saw something else earlier. Miles putting Mario toward his back, but not enough to gain a near fall. Miles having about 3 minutes time advantage with 1.5 minutes remaining in this third and final period. 6-2 lead belongs to Fred Miles of Oregon State. Considerably rangier, taller wrestler is Miles.
Work to a fall, work to a fall.
Mario from Milford, Connecticut. Miles of Oregon State.
There's one, you're neutral. Work at
The
center.
other end of the state, Pasco, Washington.
.40 seconds remaining. It's a 6-3 score at the moment.
Take some shots. Takes.
Seconds.
There's 2.
And time is running out. We have 10 seconds remaining in the bout.
5, 4, 1.
Bout is over. 9-3 will be defeating Catamario. Tournament. And he's won them all in the tournament.
And he grabs a quick takedown over Kilrain. Kilrain has had 2 pins.
One point.
Escape Kilrain. In on the single. Drops his opponent, picks up 2, now leads by 1, 3-2. Out of action, and only 25 seconds have gone by in the first period. Kilrain.
Off the mat.
Escape. Ties up the score, 3-3. Ben Hill, very powerful wrestler. This weight class of 177 was 4th last year in the Southeast Conference Championships for the Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee out of Knoxville.
Keep wrestling.
Kilrain attempting a snap down shrug combination near the edge of the mat. That circle being about 42 feet.
Kilrain in
Off the mat.
television and will be seen on Channel 39 in just a few weeks in a new series. This is another Ben Hill. And Colin Kilrain finds nothing humorous about him.
Very strong boy. Colin ducking under and being thwarted on his attempts on his duck unders.
Time.
That was a
Man is
warning.
stalling.
Yeah.
You keep going away, away.
15 seconds, the bout score tied at 3-3.
That cheering you hear in the background is for another bout on the other side. Drew Kaiser about to pin his opponent in the heavyweight bout.
Man is stalling.
Point for Lehigh at the bell. And that makes the score 4-3 of Kilrain's favor. Beautiful stand-up by Hill. A very quick move. Score tied again, 4-4. Kilrain having some difficulty with this powerful wrestler from Tennessee, out of Hampton Bays, New York.
What's that?
Escaped. The hand went into Kilrain's face, momentarily stunned Kilrain, and was effective in blocking the escape, or producing the escape. Referee has now told him about it. If it was accidental, fine, but if it was deliberate. There's a takedown for Kilrain, ducking under, leading now 6-4.
Off the mat.
Certainly, it was his grandfather, and found out it was one generation early. It was his great-grandfather, who was a world boxing champion and lost his crown to John L. Sullivan. So the man that John L. Sullivan defeated to win the crown was Killer Kilrain, who was the great-grandfather of Colin
Off the mat.
Kilrain.
Centerman.
Hill's quick on that buzzer.
1 point. They wrestle. He got it on the buzzer.
Kilrain wasn't even ready for him, and he moved up and out. Kilrain said to ducks under, and I think he got his Irish gander rolling now, Shal. And like Mike Brown, he's not one to get upset. Halfway through the second period, Kilrain of Lehigh University leading 8-5 over Ben Hill, a junior from Hampton Bays, New York, representing the University of Tennessee. Kilrain turning his opponent, trying to gain a 2-point tilt.
Kilrain has a 1.5 minute riding time in addition to his 8-5 lead. Lehigh looking to win their 4th title. They have 6 in the championship finals, with Mike Brown yet to wrestle at 190.
The job easy for my mother to present the trophy. Nice to host a tournament and also win it at the same time. Kilrain maintaining control. Wearing Ben Hill's down a little bit, as he now has 2 minutes time advantage. He's putting a Kim Armstrong ride on him.
Keep wrestling.
Holding tight around the waist with a strong arm. So call it the Kim Armstrong ride. 22 seconds remaining. Kilrain maintaining control. North side of South Mountain. Kilrain trying to trap Hill, but Hill rolls free.
1 point.
Gains an escape with 10 seconds remaining. Making the score 8-6. Kilrain in on the single, driving through and picking up a 2-point takedown, leading 10.
Kilrain of Lehigh 10, Hill of Tennessee 6.
Green is down this period.
Kilrain's attempting a sit out, grabbing the wrist, controlling the hand, sliding around the back.
1.
Gains 1. Now leads 11-6.
Third and final period. One more Lehigh wrestler to follow in the championship finals. That will be Mike Brown. He'll be coming up against Noel Loban of Clemson. And in the heavyweight final, we'll have Howard Harris of Oregon State and Tim Payne of Cleveland.
Nice takedown by Hill. Making the score 11-8. I was saying earlier that most of the people are... Give you some geographic reference. The new Stabler Center is on the other side of the mountain. It's on the south side of the mountain, within the campus environs, adjoining Lehigh's ownership. 2 minutes to go, third period. Kilrain of Lehigh University leading by 4, 12-8. Has over 2 minutes time advantage. Lehigh has already, is it 3 shell champions?
Right, this Kilrain would be the 4th if he hangs on, and Mike Brown would be the 5th if he can win at 190.
Because Bold won, Santoro won, Burley won.
Denny Reed was the only one that was not victorious in the championship. He finished second, but it was a very close bout that Denny was involved in.
Kilrain underhooking.
Reed's bout, he was trailing 5-1, came back to tie it at 5-5 before finally losing.
We're halfway through the third and final period. 1.5 to go. Kilrain ducking, countered nicely by Hill of Tennessee. Tennessee,
watch his throat. Get it.
Coached by Gray Simons. Former national champion at Lock Haven.
Hill will have to do something here. He'll have to effect a takedown, and he effectively trails by 5 at this moment if you tally in Kilrain's riding time points with under a minute remaining. Kilrain was taken down in the first 8 seconds. Gained a 2-point takedown in the first 8 seconds, but Kilrain came back and took a 3-2 lead and has never been headed.
Kilrain maintaining that underhook position. Trying to counter a move by Hill, who's in deep. Shrugs him off as they near the edge of the circle.
15 seconds remaining.
He had heard it earlier. And with the pressure that's being exerted on it from time to time, it's been bothering him. But with 5 seconds to go and a point for time, I'd give this bout to Lehigh's Kilrain 13-8.
13-8. We'll have more wrestling coming up. About Mike Brown and Noel Loban. Loban, as you can see, long, lean.
Brown, of course, second in the Nationals last year. Third the year before. 5th as a freshman. Placed 3 times in 3 attempts in the Nationals. And has been 3-time EIWA champion. Loban first last year at 177. In the Atlantic Coast Conference. It's hard to believe he was 177. Looking at the size of him now.
He has got to be at least 6'4", maybe more.
Brown's in deep, but that ranginess lifts his opponent. No takedown.
Large target, but wily.
For neutral. Center,
Tough man to bring down.
Wayne Bright, the referee for this bout.
You're okay? Yep. On the whistle then. Timer. Both men circle out of the center.
Fans don't like that.
Here.
But that's what the 10-foot circle is there for. If you're going to circle, circle inside of it. Don't circle. Do your dancing outside. Brown jumping in. Countered with 35 seconds remaining in this first period.
No score. Mike Brown and Noel Loban. Loban representing Clemson. Brown representing Lehigh. Chance to win the 5th title.
Low band behind him, but no takedown. With 20 seconds to go, you must bring your opponent to the mat and gain the two-point reversal.
Does that look familiar?
Yes, it does. We've seen it 100 times. He gets a two-point takedown, but I don't believe he got any back points in that situation. Never had a hold that was that you saw before, and he thrilled everybody with holds that nobody saw before, somewhat like Tommy Bold is doing now here as his freshman year at Lehigh. So Chalice liked that little move of Mike Brown at Lehigh, I'm sure, even though his wrestler, Noah Loban, suffered the consequences. Brown of Lehigh, runner-up last year in the NCAA tournament, won 90. Head by 2 over Noah Loban of Clemson. Clemson, Greenville, South Carolina is the Clemson. Brown maintained control and picks a 2-point near fall with that tight waist tilt that he effected. Class in world competition. Has won so many tournaments. I think he's probably the winningest NCAA wrestler. I don't know, but he'd win everything and anything during his career, and even now that he's
go back, center.
Beyond. Maintaining control.
You can see the effectiveness of Mike Brown on the mat. Mike just much prefers to be down there, and he leads 4-0.
He's got a good tight waist ride too. A lot from Bethlehem Catholic High. In fact, he's the 3rd Bethlehem Catholic High wrestler, former Bethlehem Catholic High wrestler, to be out here tonight. Santoro is one, Bold one, and now Brown is leading halfway through the 2nd period, 4-0. An excellent conduit shell from Bethlehem Catholic High over in Dewberry Avenue to Lehigh, a distance of about, I'd say 3 miles.
Mike is going to just try to pull him back right onto the mat.
Put the head into the shoulder area. Go for a tilt.
Almost like Loban is grabbing for the edge of the circle to hang on to it to pull himself out.
I was so nervous, I accused myself of tripping over that so-called edge. 50 seconds remaining in the 2nd period. Brown now has 2 minutes and 25 seconds time advantage, and the tight waisting and keeping Clemson's Noah Loban down on the mat.
Brown has 2.5 minutes riding time. He leads 4-0. We have 30 seconds remaining in the 2nd period. Mike Brown looking to win the 5th title for Lehigh. Lehigh will have won, if Brown wins, 5 titles and 1 2nd place in the 1st annual Billy Sheridan Wrestling Tournament.
Brown still in control as the 2nd period about to conclude.
And
contact out.
And we're going to have
search for the contact.
Put it in. Contact.
He found it rather quickly. Remaining.
Period.
There it is. 2nd period ends. Mike Brown out in front by 4. Eight teams in competition here in the tournament. Lehigh University, North Carolina, Oregon State, Tennessee, Bloomsburg State, Clemson, Cleveland State, and East Stroudsburg State.
Nothing.
Lehigh having the team victory just about sewn up at this moment, although we have just the unofficial totals at the moment. 5-0 lead now for Mike Brown. And I believe Bloomsburg in number 2 position at the moment, battling with Oregon State, but these are unofficial at this time.
Nothing, nothing.
.50 lead for Mike Brown. Brown has almost 3 minutes of riding time. We have a minute and a half remaining. And unless Loban pulls off some sort of a miracle here, Mike Brown will win, and Lehigh will have their 5th titleist. Brown's having a tough time keeping Loban in.
Stalemate, let's go back, center.
Now we have a stalemate. Brown goes in deep, left leg, tries to bring his man down. Counted by Loban.
55 minutes remaining, 3rd period. Brown having guaranteed time advantage and a 5-point lead at the moment. Hook in the leg. Slips out, picks up the 2-point takedown. Now goes ahead by 7-0.
Come on, Hanging, let's go.
Center, please.
Brown maintaining control.
Brown has dominated the entire bout. Loban has not been really much of a factor at all. Mike Brown has been all over him like a drape. And there you see the time remaining. And with the victory, which will be by an 8-0 score, including riding time, Mike Brown of Lehigh University becomes the... Lehigh has their 5th team title. He hardly looks like an unlimited. He has very thin, wiry, superb wrestling.
He had, I know 2 years ago, placed 5th at 190 in the Nationals. Harris did.
Move in.
And since this year's guidebook failed to include, the wrestling rules book, failed to include the list of the NCAA champions from 1 through 8, I'm handicapped and not been able to tell you exactly how he placed last year. I know he reached the quarterfinals, but I don't know how he placed after that. We have 1:15 remaining in the 1st period.
Nothing.
Takedown attempt,
No,
countered, back up on their feet. Broad-chested. Howard Harris being the more muscular of the two.
Hold it. Wait. You're stalling. You're not shooting takedowns.
Okay.
Let's wrestle in there.
Referee Mark Piven telling the wrestlers what they're not doing with 45 seconds. Two-point takedown.
You got it.
Given to Tim Payne as they near the edge of the mat and go out of bounds.
You're down.
31.
Two to nothing lead at this moment for Tim Payne. Now it's 2-1 on the escape.
Takedown. You're down. Face me, please. Second period score is 3-2. Wait. Get set on the bottom. Okay, on top.
Larry and I have just tried to pick our choice for the outstanding wrestler of Channel 39, entitled to 1 vote. And He wrote his name and I wrote mine, and we both came up with the same name, and it remains to be seen whether or not it turns out to be that gentleman. So we will see.
Takedown.
Bout is tied at 3-3. We're in the unlimited. We hope you've enjoyed this coverage of the championship final round of the first annual Billy Sheridan Invitational Wrestling Tournament, named in honor of
let's go.
The dad of Larry, wrestling buff and announcer.
Watch your shoulder.
And Mrs. Sheridan. Mrs. Billy Sheridan finding her way down toward the mat, and she will make the presentation of the team trophy, which will go to Lehigh. And then there will be the presentation of the other awards. Because of the necessary time constraints in the coverage of our tournament, we will not be able to bring you the actual presentation of the awards, although we will bring you the final run-through of the champions in each of the weight classes in case you joined us late. 5-3 lead at this moment for Howard Harris here at heavyweight.
Minute and a half.
Minute and a half remaining in period number 2. Harris out in front.
Easy, easy. Out of bounds, break.
Vote for the Outstanding Wrestler Award, and I just disappeared for a moment while we were casting the ballots, handing them to Joe Rittenauer. But we weren't submitting them yet, simply because you can't until the conclusion of this bout.
Quite right. But this is one of the few times that Mr. Sheridan and I agreed on who the outstanding wrestler was. And just to teach us a lesson, it'll probably turn out to be somebody else.
Stay off his neck.
Payne trying to roll through and come around and come out the back door. But control still rests.
Nothing yet.
With Howard Harris.
Easy, keep it against his back.
Harris maintaining control. There's some great wrestling. I think the biggest surprise of the tournament was
1 point. Bottom man is not wrestling.
1 point, stalling on the bottom. Score should be 6-3 now. In favor of Oregon State's Howard Harris. But you take a man like Gibbs Johnson, who was unseeded, winning the 150-pound class. That deserves merit.
For Harris.
You hurt?
He went from 3-4, but I'll go from 3-2 because the referee deducted a point as a result of unsportsmanlike conduct on behalf of Tim Payne.
Neutral.
Cleveland State. Neutral position. Scored should now be
Now it's 8-3.
Well, it was 3.
Right.
Well, it should be 8-2.
They didn't take it off the scoreboard.
Well, we'll talk.
Remains to be seen. In any event, it's a rather significant margin now by Howard Harris.
Of course, he might be inflicting the team point
Injury
instead of a bout point.
Thomas, I'm sorry, Dale Thomas of
Oregon State.
Right.
Howard wraps him straight to his back on a leg trip.
And he's got him in deep trouble.
2 point plus, it makes it 10-3 now. Plus back points, he'll get 3 more, I'm sure.
I think he's going to